Welcome everybody to this week's episode of Shit Talk. I'm Steve Burke for 4TT, and we have a special episode today. We are joined by Samir and Payam, members of the band Young the Giant. Welcome, guys. You know, I'm sure you guys get interviewed a lot by, everywhere you go, radio stations, whatnot. We wanted to make our interview a little bit different. I think a really, really important question a lot of your fans would like to know, and maybe some of our fans would like to know, who farts the most on your tour bus?
Oh, shit.
Stu.
Shit, we're bringing this about Stu, but... Well, his farts are just the most violent. I wouldn't say that he farts the most. In terms of volume, maybe Francois.
Yeah, probably Francois.
Yeah.
The thing with Francois is that he gets he's totally fine. Like when he farts, it's hilarious. If anyone else farts, he gets so pissed off.
Have you guys ever
can't handle it. It's dude, you fucking fart all the time.
So every time he farts, right? And is he one of the kind of guys who relishes his smell and kind of gets laughs that you guys are smelling his fart?
Yeah, but they're pretty weak. He's Canadian, so it's just very nice.
So one way to take away the pleasure of somebody who enjoys secretly farting and not telling anybody is as soon as he's yeah, that was me, be oh, that was me too. I did it the exact same time. Then he can't enjoy the smell of his own fart because he thinks it's a hybrid fart and he'll never be able to enjoy it. What's the most disturbing thing you guys have ever seen about yourselves online?
We saw a group of fans make a Tumblr page that was fan fiction. I don't know if you, for you guys that don't know what fan fiction is, it started out with Twilight series, a bunch of people making kind of homoerotic comic book stories based on the characters in the novels and the movies and stuff. So essentially, it's just kind of homoerotic stories of us doing freakishly normal things.
It's some fan writing, and then everyone gets ready for bed in the tour bus, and then Jacob walks by Payam's bunk, and then his eyes, they lay eyes on each other, and then
it's kind of softcore.
It's kind of in
and
that style.
Did they get did people read it? Did they
Yeah, people read it, and I'm always the victim. I'm always the one that's involved in some sexual thing going on.
We're just every episode. Us giving each other hand jobs and shit. It's really weird. It's what the fuck?
But they research too. It's
do you know who wrote it?
No.
There are a bunch of different people that do it.
Are you sure?
People contribute.
I hope so. But the thing is, they follow us on all of our socials.
Writing homoerotic softcore porn about you guys while you guys.
They follow us on all of our socials, so they know what we're doing for the day. So one of the episodes. We haven't read them in a while, but it was my birthday, 2 years ago, and the guys had duct taped me closed in my bunk in the bus. And there's a picture of me trying to get out, waking up in the morning. And so they had a story that was incorporated where someone snuck in the bunk with me while it was duct taped closed, and it's a little bit too close for comfort.
That's crazy.
It's pretty funny. It's I don't know. It's kind of creepy. It's really creepy.
Speaking of social media, who's the guy in the band that's the biggest into social media?
I wouldn't say that any of us are amazingly good at it, but I think Payam and I usually man the
But you
fort.
guys control your own social media, so there's not some. Yeah. So for all the Young the Giant fans out there, they are actually posting on their Instagram and posting. Yeah. And do you guys read your messages when people write you?
Yeah, for the most part.
I don't really read them on Facebook anymore. Right. Probably should. It just adds up.
There's a lot of spam, so if you
probably should
tweet us,
or
tweeting, DM us or something like that.
Best way for us to see something directly.
Yeah, got it. You guys used to be called the Jakes. I mean, some people who watch this obviously are Young Giant fans. Some people are going to be introduced to your music for the first time here. Tell us a little bit about your band name, Young the Giant. How did that happen?
Well, we were the Jakes beforehand. It started off as just kind of a joke garage band, and then slowly started becoming more serious. And the Jakes was kind of a revolving door band, 20 different members and stuff like that. And we finalized on this, lineup maybe in 2008 or so. We got signed. We figured we wanted a clean slate. I think that was the idea behind everything. We were we know we want a new name. That was it first, and then we spent a lot of time brainstorming. And at the time we were we were the band, so why don't we have a the in between? We thought it was clever, and we thought that no one was doing it.
And then fucking bands came out, literally Faucet People, Cage the Elephant,
And it's funny because we're all friends
all these
too.
Blank the Blank bands.
All the Blank the Blank bands.
The first band we toured with nationally was Minus the Bear.
Oh wow.
Young the Giant, Minus the Bear. It was just
it's got a good ring to it.
It's just funny that we all got grouped in this
Who was the guy who liked the name the least when you guys first were who was the one fighting it?
I think actually I came up with the name, and then I was on the fence about it. And then one of our guitarists, Eric, said he had a dream about it, and he's like, "That's it. I had a dream. That means we're doing it." So we did it.
Okay. Do you guys have any naked selfies that you think might come out in a future fappening?
Oh man.
Fappening?
Yeah.
Yeah, Samir, you missed that whole thing? Like the whole like.
Yeah, you mean
All
like
the
the
pictures.
Jennifer Lawrence
Yeah, yeah.
stuff?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
called the
Basically,
fappening.
you know, it's called the fappening.
I'd sure as I'll hope not. I probably sent some to my girlfriend.
It's like MySpace.
So for all you hackers out there is a somewhere
Hack
out there
Samir's iCloud.
a fappening worthy picture of Samir, and just go and hack either his iCloud or his girlfriend's iCloud, and we'll put it out there. You'll see your 600,000 likes on
my
Facebook go
God.
to like 6 million immediately.
Yeah, do it for the press.
The Kim Kardashian revenue model of getting to the top.
Exactly.
Eric Clapton sang the song Cocaine. The Velvet Underground sang about heroin, and you guys sing about cough syrup. What's up with that?
If I could find a way to see this straight, I'd run away to some fortune that I should have found by now. I'm waiting for this cough syrup to come down.
You think rock's getting a little bit soft?
No, it's funny. We never really thought of it as a drug, and it just kind of ended up taking its own life. And it's funny, the song has been successful in other places besides the States. And one of the funniest stories is when we play in Italy with that song, people couldn't pronounce cough. So when we go on the radio, people were like, "How did you write your song Cock Syrup?" And then Francois was like, "Oh, it just came from us naturally." And it's just kind of this whole like pink elephant joke that no one's really understanding. So it's
good.
really funny. It's cough
like-
syrup has taken on
They're
many
like
meanings.
on air, all mic'd up, and Jake and I aren't doing the interview. We're just like sitting aside, we're just like cracking up. Like he doesn't like we're totally fucking with them, right? Like Fran and Eric and Samir are like totally like playing on the whole like cock thing, but they don't get it. They're completely oblivious to the fact
Completely
that
oblivious.
so I'm just like sitting there like trying to keep like a straight face like to not ruin the
It's a
interview.
white hot light sometimes.
That's pretty
with
funny.
creation.
That's pretty
So
ridiculous. So you guys have toured all over the world. Where's the one spot you haven't been to that you really, really like to play? And where's your favorite place to play?
I'd say Japan is the one place we haven't gone yet. We've had a couple offers, the timing never worked out to do Fuji Rock. So definitely want to do that. Favorite place to play? I don't know. I mean, the States are great. I think we do really well in Holland. Amsterdam is like a really big market for us.
Is there any other reason why you like going to Holland?
Yeah, the people are really nice.
People are really
And
nice.
everyone's really tall. They have great beer.
Great
And,
beer.
Hey, great
and,
beer, yeah.
Great anything else?
There's coffee shops everywhere.
Yeah.
But I have to say, the pot is not as good as California.
The pot's not as good.
No.
Why do you think that
or
is?
Denver, or like anywhere like in the U.S. set.
I don't know.
I don't know. Like I think Amsterdam had like a really, like they were really famous for their pot. Like, and then, everyone in California was growing, and it just like our weed became so good.
Right.
Like I was a patient for a really long time. So
Kind of like California wines are better
standards.
than French wines now.
Yeah.
it's true.
It's true.
Yeah. We do everything better here in the USA. Yeah.
That's
Take
true,
that,
man.
Dutch.
See my USA socks are kind
Are
of.
they inside out?
They're inside out. There we go.
So you're showing up to the 4TT studios with inside out socks.
Yep. That's what happens when you hang
Yeah,
out
I'm
with
wearing
Steve
red. I'm
Burke.
wearing red, white, and blue, and some pastel colors.
I like it. I like it. We have a very red, white, and blue
Yeah.
themed set right over here.
You're wearing red, white, and blue too.
You guys know who this is, right?
It's,
Big lock around his neck.
No, you put me on.
Punk rock. I am putting you on the spot. Only one person who's ever been here has been able to get it right on the spot. Sex Pistols.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I
There
thought.
you go.
You guys use a Sex Pistols
Sid
reference
Vicious.
the other day.
Yeah, this was the first piece of art I ever bought, actually. I just was drawn to it, and I thought it was pretty rad.
Yeah.
dope.
Payam, you have a Ferris Bueller-esque incident
Oh yeah.
that
Is this
got
true?
you invited to leave high school. Want to tell us
Yeah.
about it?
Well, 10 years ago, fucking 10 years ago, me and my friend, we would like casually like cheat, steal tests, like kind of like give them to everyone. We wouldn't sell them or anything. And, it was we just like hated our teachers. It was kind of like out of spite. We just like, they were just like really shitty teachers that didn't care about the subjects. And so we were just like, oh, like fuck you. We're just gonna like steal your test and like give it away for everyone. Anyway, so one thing led to another. We like started changing grades. We bought like a keylogger and like, attached it to the keyboard, to the computer, and like recorded, we had passwords, so we basically were changing everyone's grades. Anyways, so
you hacked into your
kind of,
high school
yeah.
grade system and changed
brute
everyone's
force,
grades.
I guess, hacking. You know, it wasn't like computer like matrix hacking, like coding like that.
Right.
It was kind of just like, you know, we stole the password. And this went on for like a year and a half. We got more and more careless. Eventually got caught. But because we were all like, you know, I was school webmaster. We were all in like AP honors classes. We were like doing really, like, everyone knew us at the school. Like,
Right.
we played sports, like, et cetera. So they were like, you know, this is Irvine. Mind you, Irvine Unified School District has a reputation for having great schools. They don't want to expel people unless they really have to. They only expel people who like were into drugs or like violence or whatever. So like, okay, you guys like fucking cheated, you know, but instead of expelling you, we're just gonna let you leave. Like, I forget, what was the term? It was, I always forget what it's called. It was like, they basically like, we signed a deal that they wouldn't expel us, but we could never like.
You couldn't come back to school,
We
but you're
couldn't come
not
back to
being
school.
expelled, so that's not going to hurt your college applications.
We formally withdrew, I believe was the term. Formal
Okay.
withdrawal. So yeah, I left.
Have you done any other Ferris Bueller type things in your life? Like, what will you do
don't
on
know,
your day off? Your Ferris Bueller day off. What do you guys do?
I don't know, man. We've just been touring for so fucking long that when I have a day off now, I just like smoke and chill. You know, just like play with my dog. You know, like
Yeah.
really like play some GTA.
Fair enough.
Play some basketball, whatever. Yeah.
Last question of this Talk Shit episode. I want you to ask him a question that you've always wanted to know. You've never asked him. I want you to ask him a question that you've always wanted to know and you've never asked him. Something that you guys have never asked each other, but like have been.
Do you have one?
A question for you. Well, he asked you to ask me a question.
Yeah, I want you guys to ask each other
Okay.
a question. I don't know if anyone's ever asked you to do that before.
No. We've known each other since we were 12, so it's kind of,
Okay, so Samir is freakishly, for a brown guy, freakishly not hairy. Like freakishly not hairy.
I was gonna ask you a hair question too, but okay. Continue.
Really?
Yeah.
Fuck you, man. Do you have less than 10 hairs, actual like hairs on your balls? Like less than 10?
Less intense?
Less than 10.
I haven't really counted.
If you could ballpark guess
Ballpark.
how many individual...
I don't have too many ball hairs.
So less than 10.
Because Payam's been really curious about this.
Because I've been thinking
He's
about
been
this for
thinking about this.
decades.
He's known you since he was 12 years old. How
This
many
is the
ball
question
hairs
I've
do
been
you
waiting
have?
for this day.
I think so. I don't know. I guess I would know if I had very hairy balls. I don't.
I have way more than 10
I have
ball
way
hairs.
more than 10.
Way more than 10 ball hairs.
I can literally do this and pull and have 20 hairs.
There you go. I think most men probably can.
Payam has
It's weird,
ball
man.
beard.
He has no fucking hair.
He thinks
on his
it's
body.
weird that you're Indian
You're like
and you have
Asian
no
or
hair.
something. It's ridiculous.
I am Asian.
I'm
You are.
South Asian.
We're all Asian. We're all Asian here.
You're
Your
East
turn.
Asian, I'm Middle Eastern. It's like the same shit. You can't ask a hair question though.
Yeah, I can ask a hair question. Although it's really funny because Payam has hair everywhere on his body except for his feet.
I have no
His
hair
feet
on my
are completely.
You're not even like your toe hairs?
I have like
Nothing?
one
No.
hair on my right toe and like 2 hairs on my left toe. It's ridiculous.
Payam, you had so many instruments to choose. Why did you choose the bass, which is maybe the shittiest instrument to play?
In your opinion? I don't know. I felt like when I was a teenager, piano wasn't very cool, and everyone was playing guitar. I was like, fuck, like I'll play bass because no one's playing bass. So if I want to be in this band, or not this band, but the band that we were in like 7th grade, they have a bass player. I'm like, well, shit, let's play bass. And I already played string bass in orchestra because I'm a fucking nerd.
We met each
So-
other in string orchestra.
Yeah, we both played. Samir and I both played upright bass because
Wow.
like we all played violin in 4th grade. You know, because you had to either do strings or band, and you know, strings were way cooler at the time when you're in 4th grade for whatever reason. So
You're
Come-
breaking down all the mystique that you were
Oh, yeah.
talking about
Oh, yeah.
yesterday.
No
It's like,
mystique. No
no
mystique
mystique
left.
anymore. Like,
so come 7th grade, right? When you know middle school started, we had to do orchestra. You know, pick an instrument again, and everyone had been practicing from summer of 6th grade to 7th grade, or all the good people in orchestra. So me and my friends didn't, and you know, we didn't want to carry our instruments to school every day to middle school because like now like being cool is like it's a big deal. So our orchestra had string basses that were at school, and we didn't have to take them home, which means I didn't have to carry anything to and fro, whatever. So we're like, fuck it, like let's just play bass, and then I started playing bass guitar. So that's really. I felt like you know the answer to that,
Yeah.
but you asked me anyways. It's a fucking cop-out question.
cop out
Whatever.
question. Well, Guys, thank you for joining us on Shit Talk. It's a very special episode. I'm sure our audience loves it, and I'm sure your fans will get to know you a little bit better. And now that there's no more mystique in you guys being rock stars, they're like, oh, they're nerds. I'm not listening to their music
I have
anymore.
less than 10 ball hairs.
Less than 10 ball hairs. Well, anyway, guys, thanks for joining us. If you guys have any questions for the band, comment in the section below. Make sure if you guys are around the country, go check them out. They are finishing their tour in California. Do you guys, how many tour dates left do you guys have?
15 or so?
15, yeah.
15 or so tour dates. And if anybody is going to check out one of their shows, raise a huge sign that says less than 10 ball hairs. That would be really cool.
I'm looking forward to seeing that sign.
If somebody can see, make that sign at a future tour stop,
I will acknowledge it.
Yeah. I'll take a picture and put it on our fucking Instagram.
Take a picture and put it on the Instagram. All right, guys, thanks for watching Shit Talk, and we'll see you next week.
Mind over matter, does it matter to